Greetings and salutations, knowledge seekers, and welcome to this video. Today, I would like to talk to you about Indian philosophy and the knowledge and wisdom that Indian gurus can bring to our lives. There's one simple lesson that they all constantly preach, which can completely change your mindset and vastly improve your quality of life. Let's get into it. So, who are Indian gurus? In India, there's a separate class of individual. They're not necessarily part of their caste system, but there's a separate class that's responsible for the spiritual enlightenment of society. And those people are known as Brahmins, or we most often refer to them as gurus in the West. So they are wise men. They're not necessarily priests in the same sense that we have priests in religious institutions in the West, but they're more considered wise men, more philosophers than dogmatic religious teachers. And their perception of life is quite different from ours, because they firmly believe that we are the ones that shape our existence, and it is not our existence that shapes us. Let me tell you exactly what I mean by that. So everything that happens to a human being can be interpreted in one of two ways. It can either be positive or it can be negative. Or at least that's what our Western culture teaches us. Brahmins see the world a little differently. For them, there's a third option. There's neutral. They believe that we're all one. One with the world around us, one with the universe, one with the environment that surrounds us every day. So it's very difficult to talk about positive and negative outcomes when the great whole is barely affected by anything that happens to you, right? And while that sounds very metaphysical and philosophical, there's a lot of value in it, because it allows you to take things as they come instead of have all these constant expectations of how life should be. And expectations are suffering. They lead us to mental anguish. They result in this constant desire to achieve more, to reach higher peaks, to be better, to be more. But the implication on the other end of all these is that you are not enough today. You need to change something. You need to be more. You need to be better than what you are. And the reality is that perhaps you should see yourself as enough today, and you should focus on that. And when tomorrow comes, you should deal with that day. And then when the next one comes, we'll see what happens then. It's not a very typical way of thinking in the West. In the West, we like to have plans. We like to scheme, be ready about the future. How often were you able to predict what's going to happen tomorrow? Because I can never do it. I think it was Warren Buffett that said, if you are right more than 50% of the time, you should definitely go to Wall Street and become a billionaire. So, if you feel like you're right more than 50% of the time with your projections and plans and various schemes and expectations, The stock market is open to all of us nowadays. Go predict who's gonna be the next big winner. These things are very difficult, right? They're very, very unrealistic. It's not possible to foresee everything that's going to happen to us. And Indian philosophy just acknowledges that and embraces it. It teaches us that life is what you make of it. It's not something that happens to you, where you are a passive observer of events that took place in your vicinity. Life happens within you. It's our constant perceptions, it's our evolving mindset. It's us and nothing more. And I think one story that I recently heard exemplifies this in a very profound way. In the beginning of the 20th century, this old European priest decided to learn more about India. He heard that Indian culture, Indian philosophy is very enriching of both the body and the mind. So he decided to take a trip to India and meet some gurus there, some Brahmin, and learn from them. When he arrived in India, he had read somewhere that when you're in the presence of a Brahmin, you are supposed to crawl. So he started crawling towards one of them, the first one that he saw, which for the guru was pretty entertaining, because obviously that's not how you do things in India. But anyway, he calmly waited for this old man to come to him and speak to him. And so this 60-year-old individual asked the guru, what's the meaning of life? Which is a little paradoxical. If you're 60 and you still don't know what the meaning of life is, there's a good chance you probably never learn it. So the guru thought about it a bit, and then he responded, the meaning of life is the scent of a jasmine blooming in the spring breeze. And while he said that, tears of joy streamed down his cheeks. The old European priest looked at him confused and responded, that can't be it. Our Pope says that life is suffering. Look even at Jesus. He was forced to wear a crown of thorns while he was dragging the cross towards his imminent demise. So the guru looked at the old priest and told him, if your Pope says that, then perhaps that is his life. We all have a choice. Our life can be this beautiful dream or this nightmare full of thorns. Let us do our best to take out the thorns one by one and focus on the positive and on the dreaming. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I hope you enjoy my content. If you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.